Spring is finally here. The days are getting longer, and the warmer weather means that the first swim of the season is just around the corner. What could be more inviting than an in-ground pool and its refreshing, crystal-clear water? But before you can turn this dream into a reality, you must first open your pool. If you followed the steps outlined in our closing video, your pool should be in optimal condition to allow you to open it, in about as much time as it takes to shout Marco Polo. If the ice and snow inside your pool have completely melted, you can now open it. It's recommended to open your pool early in the spring to minimize algae growth, which will make it easier to clean the pool and obtain a balanced water. Today, Sebastian, a Club Piscine specialist, will have the pleasure of guiding you through the steps required to complete the opening of your pool. They are as follows: pool inspection and first cleaning, installing the hardware and skimmer, preparing the equipment, filling the pool and using the opening kit, deep cleaning, water testing and balancing, and activating the auxiliary systems. Before you begin, make sure you're using an opening kit that is adapted to your sanitation system, whether chlorine or salt. In your kit, you should find a bottle of degreaser. It's recommended to use the degreaser a few hours before the opening to give it enough time to properly degrease the pool. It will eliminate the organic matter present in the pool and help dislodge the encrusted dirt ring on the liner. Gently pour the liquid into the pool while walking around it. If you have a protective cover, be careful not to fall in the pool. To open your pool without interruption, you'll also need the following items. All products are listed in the description of this video. Do you have all you need? Perfect. On your mark, get set, open. If you used a protective cover, you can now remove it to inspect the condition of the pool. It's recommended to have 2 people remove the cover to prevent leaves and other residue from falling into the pool. Clean, let dry, and store it for the season. Then remove the elastic system. Examine the pool's liner and structure above the current water line to make sure it is free of tears and cracks. Even if you can't see the bottom of your pool, pick up the bulk of the residue that accumulated during the cold season using a skimmer net or leaf collector. Then scrub the walls and bottom of the pool with a brush. Nice work! One step is already complete. Start by removing the plugs blocking the water returns. Next, screw in the inner ring using the blue removal wrench. Install the eyeball in the water return, followed by the outer ring. Repeat the process for each of your pool's water returns. Next, go to your skimmer. Remove the protective foam kit from the skimmer starting with the wooden skewer, then the foam piece outside the skimmer, and finally the protective pieces inside. You can now unscrew the plug at the bottom of the skimmer. If there are 2 plugs, make sure you remove the one you installed when closing. It is usually easy to identify and much easier to remove. Unless your bottom drain is connected to the skimmer, don't remove the second plug, as it could weaken your pool's footing. Finally, reinstall the skimmer's basket and door. If your pool is equipped with water return lights, no additional steps are needed. If you have light shells, simply remove the styrofoam piece inside the opening, then reposition the light casing to the pool wall. When restarting the equipment, you'll need to flip the light circuit breaker back on. This is the step where we connect the pool's various pieces of equipment. Depending on whether you stored them for the winter, some of these steps may not be necessary. Make sure all the components of your pool are in good working order. Take the time to inspect the equipment that was left outside during the winter. Then, take out the equipment and pipes that have been in storage since the fall. To help you set up your equipment, refer to the pictures taken when you closed your pool. Make sure the power is disconnected from your pump. Then, screw in the drain plugs. Connect the plumbing to the pump inlet. Simply tighten the fittings by hand to connect the pipes. At the beginning of each season, it's recommended that you lubricate the O-rings inside your plumbing if your configuration allows it. By doing so, you'll avoid potential leaks during the summer. Next, attach the plumbing that connects the pump outlet to the filter intake. Be careful not to over-tighten the fittings to avoid damaging the hardware. And now for the filter. Start by reattaching the drain plug to the bottom of the unit, then screw the sight glass back on, taking care not to over-tighten it. You'll also want to tighten the couplings to the other ports on the filter. Before putting the pressure gauge back in place, wrap some Teflon tape around its thread to prevent potential water leaks. And there you have it. It's that simple. If your pool is equipped with a heat pump, you'll now want to prepare it for the season. You must first inspect and clean it. Using a hose, gently clean any buildup of debris and pollen on the protective grid. If the heat pump is not connected to the other components of the pool, remove the two expandable plugs at the intake and outtake. Next, connect the heater outlet to the water return, making sure you refit the O-rings, then the filter outlet to the heater inlet. Depending on your setup, use either the pipes or the bypass valve. It's recommended to wait for the water temperature to reach 12 degrees before turning on your heater. Also, the pool water should preferably be clean. If possible, we suggest you bypass your heat pump for the time being. If you have a chlorinator or Nature 2 purifier, put the drain plug back on where required and reconnect the pipes according to your equipment setup. Make sure you properly identify the water inlet and outlet. Refer to the pictures taken when you closed your pool in the fall to help you connect the pipes. As for the Nature 2, note that the cartridge you used last season should still be inside the Nature 2 unit. It will have to be replaced, but only once your water is balanced. We'll come back to this later. You'll also need to reinsert the cell inside your salt system. To connect it, simply remove the temporary pipe or the expandable plugs placed on the plumbing for the winter. Screw in the cell by hand. Once the cell is in place, connect it to the control panel and inspect the ground wire. Leave the control panel in stop position until your pool's water is clean and balanced. Doing so will increase the service life of your salt cell. Only once all your pool equipment is in place and properly connected can you take out the hose to fill your pool. The water level in the pool will vary depending on the amount of precipitation received over the winter and the kind of protective cover you used. If required, fill your pool 3/4 up to your skimmer. That is the level you should maintain throughout the season. If the water level is already higher than the skimmer, no further action is needed. If you did not clean your filter media during closing, you should proceed before using the opening kit. To find out how, refer to the instructions on the package of the filter cleaner or check out our video on how to close an in-ground pool. Use the remaining contents of your opening kit and follow the instructions provided on the product package. Handle chemical products with care. According to the manufacturer's recommendations, the products need to circulate in the pool. To do this, start by connecting the pump to the power supply. Since your water lines are dry, it's recommended that you prime your pump prior to starting it at the beginning of the season. To do this, place a running hose in its basket. This will avoid putting excessive pressure on the pump. To maximize circulation, make sure the valves of the skimmer and bottom drain are open, then set the filter handle to filtration mode. Start the pump and allow the products to circulate. After about 1 hour, you can turn off the pump. And now the moment you've been waiting for, the deep cleaning of your pool. Start by connecting your vacuum to the skimmer, then set the filter to waste mode. If you have a working bottom drain, close the bottom drain valve to maximize skimmer suction and start the pump. Vacuum the pool. Take the time to properly clean it. By starting to clean your pool in waste mode, you'll avoid clogging your filter with larger pieces of debris from your pool. After vacuuming the debris, shut off the pump and set the filter to filtration mode. Restart the pump to activate the filter. Continue vacuuming and scrubbing while in filter mode until the pool's walls and bottom are clean. Repeat these steps as required. Once you're satisfied with the state of your pool, take a 500 milliliter sample of water and bring it to the lab of your local Piscine Super Fitness store to have it tested. Our specialist will conduct a chemical analysis of your water and recommend the required products to help you obtain a balanced water as quickly as possible. Now is also a good time to stock up on your pool care products for the upcoming season. Back home, test your pool water to make sure it is balanced. Then, and only then, should you insert your new Nature 2 cartridge in the unit. If you have a salt system, now is the time to activate the electrolytic cell. Note that it's recommended to wait until the water temperature reaches 18 degrees before turning on the salt system. You can use chlorine in the meantime. There you go. Your pool is now open. All that's left for you to do is to pick out your finest swimsuit and wait for the warm weather to return. Congratulations! And nice work, Sebastian. If you have questions, require additional information on how to open your pool, or if you wish to entrust your pool opening to an expert, please feel free to contact your local Piscine Super Fitness store. Enjoy the swimming season!